Hi, the flashlight I am reviewing today will be the flashlight from Petzl. This is the professional industrial series of the flashlights from Petzl. Model is called XENA. However, this is not the hazardous environments approved flashlight. This is just an industrial flashlight with the similar design to those flashlights from Petzl, which are approved for hazardous environment. But this is just a work light, like for construction workers or whoever wants this flashlight from Petzl. So my name is Ashot. You are watching my channel Review Motograph. I do various reviews for flashlights, multi-tools, clothing, shoes, work shoes, cars, EDC stuff like multi-tools and more different various cool things. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you are interested. And let's have a look. Let's have a closer look on this flashlight from Petzl. First of all, I need to say that I am not really a big fan of this specific form factor of the flashlights, where you have separately the body of the flashlight, and on the back there is a battery pack. However, if you are a fan of this type of design, then maybe this will be something for you to watch. The flashlight has couple of various brightness levels, but most importantly it has two separate, so I will tilt my camera. It has two separate lenses and LEDs with different light pattern. I will just zoom in a little bit. Stay with me. The smaller one is for the wide beam and has two different brightness levels, and the bigger one is for the long throw. What I can say that brightness levels are, on my opinion, on my experienced opinion, are actually very well adjusted. For the wide beam pattern, you have 45 and 150 lumens, which is decent. 45 is just enough to navigate around in darkness, not necessarily to do any sort of job, and it can last you up to 32 hours. The 150 lumen brightness level already does give you enough illumination to do a job in a close vicinity with your hands stretched out, and maybe even quite some job, for example shoveling something with a shovel. It will be sufficient, and it can last 10 hours. Then what I actually think to be a really clever option and really clever adjustment that they made this brightness level of 225 lumens of combination of wide beam and narrow beam. That is good because this combination gives you a duration of 6 hours and 30 minutes at this brightness, which is really clever and really usable. For example, I'm a big fan of these flashlights, of this form factor, where you have a battery which is basically inserted into the battery case, which is the battery case and the body of the flashlight at the same time. And these are flashlights from Armitech. I don't have a mount right with me now, but the way Armitech typically adjusts flashlights is that after the brightness level of 150 lumens, the next level is right away a level of 420, sometimes 450 lumens, which can simply be a little bit inconvenient because it drains the battery much faster. For example, here, take a look. a level of 420 lumens already can only run of 3 hours and 20 minutes of the battery. So, generally speaking, 150 lumen brightness level is more than enough, like in 80% of the work scenarios, and sometimes you may need something brighter. And with this flashlight like from Armitech, the only brighter option you can get is 400 lumen, and that drains battery so much faster. However, with this Petzl XENA, they did give you a good brightness level adjustment of 225 lumens, which will last exactly twice the duration of 420 lumens. And in my opinion, this is the only good feature among very few others, which are good about this flashlight from Petzl, considering the price, considering the ability to, let's say, customize the flashlight, and considering the availability of spare parts and durability of the flashlight, which is the most important part. And let's straight away talk about durability. So the reason I am not a big fan of this flashlight is because the body of the flashlight and the battery compartment are connected with cable, even though cable is tough and thick, and it is connected properly, like a really quality device and a piece of tech. Nevertheless, if you ever hit or break the cable, then this basically becomes just like a garbage, and you cannot do anything, and repairing this is really challenging, and you're not going to repair this on your job site. That's the main reason I don't like this flashlight. The second reason is that, uh, as I mentioned, like compatibility or customization, which is not the case with this flashlight. So if you want to have a spare battery, then you only need to get a spare battery from Petzl, because this battery compartment is not, you cannot take the battery, you cannot take the cover out and place the battery. I believe that the battery is of this form factor, which is 18650, and this is the most common battery type, which is in this flashlight, and which is also in this flashlight for Armitech. By the way, reviews of Armitech flashlights are available on my channel. This flashlight and this flashlight with white and green LEDs. So definitely check pop-up video here in the link. But then let's go back to this battery compartment from Petzl. If you want to have a more time to your disposal working with this flashlight from Xena, the only option is to buy very expensive battery from Petzl. That's it. There is no any option rather than buying an additional battery. The other thing which I realized is inconvenient, that once you plug in the battery, so you will use the flashlight, then you come after your job. In order to charge the battery, you have to take it out from the mount, and then you basically grab and plug in. Hopefully these days in 2025, it's a USB-C connector. So you connect your USB-C, and you have here a battery indicator, which is almost obstructed with the cable, and here is the indicator. That's it. Then you have to, after charging, disconnect and plug in again. For flashlights like for Armitech, this include option to charge the battery without taking the battery out just with a magnetic charger through this connector, and this is the good option from Armitech in this form factor of a headlight. The other flashlight from Armitech with a different form factor, like tactical flashlights, actually a very bad replacement of this nice and clever and old awesome flashlight with a little bit older variation of Armitech partner C4 flashlight. The newer version with a magnetic button from Armitech are actually really bad flashlights. So there is a video on my channel, also here in a pop-up link, and then you can watch that and avoid buying a badly designed, upgraded version with a magnetic button from Armitech. So definitely check that video, and let's just continue with the flashlight from Petzl. Operation is pretty simple. The flashlight turns on always. You need to uh, twist and hold for 2 seconds. It turns on in the lowest brightness setting and the white beam. So there is no memory function. If you, for example, you are using a flashlight in whatever medium level, let's say that nice one, 225 lumens, then the next time you turn off the flashlight and then you need to turn on again, you will be turned on in the lowest brightness setting. There is no memory function. Okay, as you can see here on the knob, there is arrow up and down, so the operation is only to twist and hold, and then you toggle in between brightness levels. What can I say? That the flashlight has, I will just zoom in a little bit, has quite a cold LED, so you can hold for 2 seconds, I think. 1, 2, this is supposed to be one of the bright levels, and as you can see, here is a really white light spot, and I can say that this is the red flashlight, red light on the wall, and this is quite cold, not that bluish, annoying, cheap looking Chinese LED, but it's still quality light. And I would say the color temperature is around 5500 Kelvin, which is quite pleasant to the eye. However, this is not the high color rendering index, the high CRI flashlight, like so the one I have from 4/7, for example, on my channel. Definitely check out, hold on, this corner with the pop-up link for the nice EDC cool quality flashlight from 4/7, American brand, with a form factor of EDC carry, a small flashlight which you can clip, let's say, on your pocket here. So check out this review, and let's go back to controls. So I will zoom in. The important feature, I think, is to know that the flashlight is drop proof, fall proof, whatever, from height up to 1 meter, and also the waterproof for submersion at the depth of 1 meter. Also for transportation, you can lock the flashlight by twisting the head, and once this is done, the knob disables, so you cannot turn the flashlight, so it's disabled. But then, of course, while working, you will have to unlock, and you can also adjust attack angle, let's say. All right, then let's put the flashlight on. and I will tell you about how it feels. Considering the form factor that the flashlight consists of two parts, the head, and then on the back there is a battery compartment. The headband is not wide enough, in my opinion. This is honest opinion. They do include this look even narrower strap, which can go over your head like so, to prevent the flashlight to slide from sliding down. But this is even narrower, so this could have been a little bit wider and thicker. For example, flashlights like Silva and the flashlights like what was there's a video here, other one, which you can look and check the flashlight of similar with of this form factor like Armitech has, but with a much wider and thicker and more stretchy headband. But Petzl could have done a better job for sure. All right, then on the back, they give you a feature, an option to turn on the red light here, and this can be something which your colleagues on a construction site can benefit from by not smashing you from the back by a construction truck or forklift or whatever. So if you were to use the flashlight like so, then people on your back can be aware that you are working right in front of them, and so they will not run into danger because the red light is normally signaling a danger, but they will be aware of you. This is, of course, something, for example, which these flashlights don't have, because here is only the body with battery, only on your forehead, and there is no option of bringing something similar like a red light on your back into this flashlight design. This flashlight can be mounted on the helmet, but not this one what I have from 3M, but for possibly the different helmet design from 3M, where they have here cutouts in front and also cutouts on the back, and of course specifically on the Petzl helmets, where they for sure have cutouts in front and in the back, and then these two mounts can be simply clipped in, one in the front and one in the back, and then you will not need the rubber band. So you would have to remove the body and the battery compartment from the rubber band and simply clip the body in front and the battery compartment at the back of the helmet. This feature is covered. The maximum brightness of the flashlight is 1400 lumens, available only for the boost of 10 seconds and only for the high throw, long throw beam profile of the LED. So and flashlight is surprisingly made in Tunisia. Who could have expected that? You can see, made in Tunisia is written over here. And if you scan, for example, this barcode, I will just keep it on the screen. Take a look, scan. You will see that information on the box differs from the information on the web page from this link. On the box it says the warranty on the headlamp 3 years and 2 years on the battery. Here it is. However, if you do go on the web page using this barcode, then you will see that the warranty on the headlight on the headlamp is 5 years and 3 years on the battery. So there is a misinformation, which is typical, unfortunately, these days for basically many manufacturers. At least this is the third mistake I noticed so far. There are many mistakes on the website of Armitech. There is a mistake on the website of Prometheus flashlight and for seventh flashlight, which has been addressed both to Armitech, I mean addressed by me, and to for seventh. And now I find that there is a mistake on the website from Petzl where information does not correspond, and it is very difficult for, and actually honestly, frankly speaking, annoying for the for us, for customers. What else? What else? Oh, the last part, which I is of course I don't like about Petzl, that they force you to have to purchase a spare battery from Petzl. You have to buy a spare battery only from Petzl if you want to have some extra hours from your flashlight. Unlike any other manufacturers, like so Armitech, which allow you to use basically any battery you like from Nightcore or maybe from Armitech or maybe this kind of battery which is even rechargeable from USB-C, just like so. And this is not only rechargeable, but this can be a power bank to your device, which is cool. And I will and this is also like a small SOS flashlight which fits in the pocket, and this can be a flashlight, and then on demand it can be a power bank. If you want a review covering this flashlight specifically, definitely write down in a comment. Just a quick review. Look, this is the cable which came with the flashlight. Here is the USB-C end which plugs into the battery, and you have 3 cables on your choice. And for example, this one is lightning. This connects to my iPhone, and then now my iPhone, hold on, you see in the corner here, green charging. So now my iPhone is charging from this battery and power bank, connected and charging in the corner. Hold on, like this, and then locks, and then you see charging. And unlike other manufacturers, Petzl does not give you this opportunity to select any battery maker, or maybe or maybe uh, or maybe just being forced to select whatever is good for you. For example, you are working somewhere in a remote area, the battery breaks down, and then you have no possibility to order a spare battery from Petzl. But you could have potentially gone and found something like this battery, which is very popular and widely available. You could have gone and just bought, if you were to have like a flashlight from Armitech or this form factor. But now you're unlucky to have this flashlight from Petzl. Your battery dies, and then you have no option. You're basically left without a flashlight. All right. A final conclusion. Who can be a customer who can actually maybe benefit from having this particular flashlight, which is once again Petzl XENA. For example, if you are a contractor and your company works only with Petzl for various kind of equipment, maybe safety harnesses, maybe helmets, maybe some ropes, and you can only work with Petzl but not any other manufacturer, and you can select only a flashlight from Petzl, then you can select maybe this flashlight. Among good points that, unlike those flashlight for hazardous environments, which have really bulky profile of the body of the flashlight, this is a little bit lower profile, which you can benefit from if you are the one who can only get the flashlight from Petzl. And basically, there is a good selection of brightness levels, which I honestly do like, and I highlighted already. And the price is 149 US dollars, which is, in my opinion, expensive. But maybe in your case, this can be a reasonable price. I think I have covered pretty much everything. And if you did like the video, definitely smash like. If you want to watch more videos about flashlights, multi-tools, clothing, working clothing, shavers, which I also have on my channel, definitely subscribe and select notifications to be turned on. And I will see you in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.